Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm super excited because we're going to be making a Pokemon character, which is Poliwhirl. He's one of my favorites, and I actually got inspired from my Pokemon character book. I thought it would be so much fun to bring him to life with crochet, so that's exactly what we're doing in this tutorial. Before we jump in, let me quickly show you the materials I'll be using. I've got some 3-ply cotton yarn in light green for the body. I'll also be using white yarn for the belly and details. You'll need a pair of scissors, a yarn needle, and some stitch markers to help keep track of your rounds. I'm also using a few ball head pins to hold pieces in place before sewing. And finally, a bit of black yarn for the eyes and the little nose. Alright, let's get started with the body. For this part, I'm using my white yarn. We're going to begin with a magic ring. Now, make chain 1. Just a quick note before we start. Throughout this whole tutorial, I'll be using yarn under instead of yarn over. For round 1, make 6 single crochets into the ring. That's our foundation. Round 2. Now we're going to increase in every stitch. That means 2 single crochets in each stitch around. Mark your first stitch. By the end of this round, you should have 12 stitches. Round 3. Next, we'll do 1 single crochet. Place the stitch marker. Then an increase. Repeat that pattern all the way around. You'll end up with 18 stitches. Round 4. For this round, the pattern is 1 single crochet. Place the stitch marker. And increase in the next stitch. Then, work 1 single crochets into each of the next 2 stitches. Make an increase in the next stitch. Keep repeating that sequence. And in the very last stitch, just place 1 single crochet. That brings us up to 24 stitches. Round 5. Now we're going to do 3 single crochets. And then an increase. Repeat that around. This will give us 30 stitches. Now we're going to join our green yarn for round 6. In the last stitch, don't finish your single crochet, just stop when you have those 2 loops on your hook. Then grab your green yarn and pull it through both loops. That's it. You've joined your new color and you're ready to keep going. Here, we're going to do 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. Then an increase. Then 4 single crochets. And an increase. Keep repeating that sequence until the end of the round. In the last 2 stitches, make 1 single crochet in each stitch. You should now have 36 stitches. Round 7. Now let's do 5 single crochets. Don't forget to mark your first stitch. And then an increase. Repeat that all the way around. That brings us up to 42 stitches. Now go ahead and cut off the white yarn. You can tie it together with the green yarn to make it nice and secure before we keep going. From round 8 through 14, it's simple. Just single crochet all the way around with no increases. This is going to build up the height of Poliwhirl's body. Now we've finished rounds 8 through 14. Great job! Okay, now let's move on to round 15. Here we're going to do 5 single crochets. And then 1 invisible decrease. If you're new to the invisible decrease, here's how it works. Insert your hook through the front loop of the first stitch, then through the front loop of the next stitch. Yarn under, pull through both loops, yarn over, and pull through to finish it off. That gives you a nice, neat decrease without leaving any bumps. Repeat that pattern all the way around. And you'll have 36 stitches at the end of the round. For round 16, do 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. Then 1 invisible decrease, followed by 4 single crochets, and another decrease. Keep repeating that sequence. And in the last 3 stitches, make 1 decrease. Then finish off with 1 single crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. And by the end of this round, you'll have 30 stitches. Round 17 is 3 single crochets. Then 1 invisible decrease. Keep repeating this until you're back to the start, and that will bring us down to 24 stitches. Now for round 18, you'll do 1 single crochet, then a decrease, followed by 2 single crochets, and another decrease. Keep repeating that. You should end up with 18 stitches. In round 19, it's 1 single crochet, then a decrease, and repeat that all the way around. That will leave you with 12 stitches. Now just pull up the yarn a little bit. And go ahead and fill the body with some cotton fiber to give it a nice shape. Now you can see the body is all fluffy and has a nice, round shape. And finally, for round 20, it's just 6 decreases in a row to bring your stitch count down to 6. Now, let's continue with the decreases. Go ahead and leave a long tail. Cut the yarn. And pull the tail. To close up the body, grab your yarn needle and thread the tail. We're going to weave the needle through the front loops of all 6 stitches. Pull it tight to close the hole. And then secure the end. And that's it. Your body is finished. Now we're going to make legs. Take your green yarn and start with a chain of 5. For round 1, make 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches. In the last chain, work 3 single crochets all in the same stitch. Now continue on the other side with 2 single crochets. And then increase in the last stitch. You should have 10 stitches at the end of this round. For round 2, work 3 single crochets. Mark your first stitch. Make an increase in the 4th stitch. Followed by 1 single crochet. Next, do another increase. And then 1 more increase right after that. Continue with 2 single crochets. And finish the round with an increase. That gives you a total of 14 stitches. For round 3, single crochet all the way around in the back loops only. You'll still have 14 stitches. For round 4, make 2 single crochets. Then work 5 invisible decreases in a row. Make 1 single crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. That leaves you with 9 stitches. For round 5, do 2 single crochets. then 3 decreases, and finish with 1 single crochet.
Now you have 6 stitches left.
If you want it to be a bit bigger, add some fiber fill. If not, you can just leave it as it is. For round 68, just make single crochets all the way around. At the end, make slip stitch in the first single crochet. Chain 1, cut the yarn, leave a long tail to sew the leg. Now repeat the exact same steps to make the second leg. We've finished the other leg as well. Now, let's start making the left hand, beginning with the glove part. Take your white yarn and make a chain of 5. Round 1. Work 4 single crochets across the chain. Now continue on the other side of the chain with 3 single crochets. That gives us a total of 7 stitches for round 1. For round 2, start with 1 single crochet and mark this as your first stitch. Then make another single crochet into the next stitch. In the following stitch, slip stitch once, then work 3 single crochets all in that same stitch. Slip stitch into the next stitch. And finish with 1 single crochet in the last 2 stitches. At the end of this round, you'll have 9 stitches. For round 3, make 1 single crochet in the first stitch. Then another single crochet in the next stitch. After that, make 1 slip stitch. Continue with 1 single crochet into each of the next 3 stitches. Slip stitch into the following stitch. And then finish with 1 single crochet in the last 2 stitches. That keeps our total at 9 stitches. Round 4. We're going to repeat the same process as in round 3. So again, 1 single crochet, another single crochet in the next stitch, slip stitch, then 1 single crochet in the next 3 stitches, then make a slip stitch. And finally 1 single crochet in the last 2 stitches. You'll still have 9 stitches at the end. Now you can clearly see the shape of the hand. Round 5. Now we'll start shaping the hand. Begin with 1 invisible decrease. And mark this as your first stitch. Then do 1 single crochet in the next stitch. And another single crochet in the following stitch. Next, make an invisible decrease. then 1 single crochet, and finish with 1 more decrease. That leaves you with a total of 6 stitches. Now just pull the loop a little long and leave it. We'll come back to round 6 later. Let's continue with round 7. Join the green yarn. Pull it up through the back loop. And chain 1. Make a single crochet in the same stitch. Then continue making single crochets all the way around. Here, I'm also continuing with round 8. Make single crochets all the way again. Once you finish, pull the yarn a little and leave it. Don't cut the yarn yet. Now let's go back to round 6. Pick up the white yarn. You can see this small bump here. This is the front loop. And make 6 single crochets in the front loop only. Slip stitch into the first stitch to close the round. Before we move on to the next round, just add a bit of fiber fill inside. This will make the glove look nice and full. Then move on to round 9. Rounds 9 and 10 make single crochets all the way around. Finish this round with a slip stitch into the first single crochet and chain 1. Leave a long tail and cut the yarn. Now we've finished making the left hand. Just hide the extra yarn inside to give it a neat look. Now we're going to make right hand. Alright, let's start with chain 5. Round 1. Make single crochets all around the chains. You'll have a total of 7 stitches at the end of this round. Round 2. Make 1 slip stitch in the first stitch. Mark this stitch as your starting point. Now work 1 single crochet into each of the next 4 stitches. Then make a slip stitch and in the same stitch, work 3 single crochets together. You should have 9 stitches in total for this round. Round 3. Start with a slip stitch in the first stitch again. Then make 1 single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. Followed by a slip stitch and then 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. That's 9 stitches again for this round. Round 4. We're going to repeat the same steps as the previous round. So again, begin with a slip stitch. Make single crochets in the next 4 stitches. Add a slip stitch and then single crochets in the remaining stitches. This helps maintain that smooth curved shape for the glove. Round 5. Now we'll start shaping it a bit. Make 1 invisible decrease. Then 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. Followed by another decrease. Now make 1 single crochet and finally make a decrease. You should have 6 stitches in total. This gives a nice, neat finish and keeps the shape looking balanced. Now just pull the loop a little long and leave it. We'll come back to round 6 later. Let's continue with round 7. Join the green yarn. Pull it up through the back loop and chain 1. Make a single crochet in the same stitch. Then continue making single crochets all the way around. Here, I'm also continuing with round 8. Make single crochets all the way again. Once you finish, pull the yarn a little and leave it. Don't cut the yarn yet. Before we move on to the next round, just add a bit of fiber fill inside. This will make the glove look nice and full. Now let's go back to round 6. Pick up the white yarn. And make 6 single crochets in the front loop only. Slip stitch into the first stitch to close the round. Then move on to round 9. Rounds 9 and 10, make single crochets all the way around. Finish this round with a slip stitch into the first single crochet and chain 1. Leave a long tail and cut the yarn. Just hide the extra yarn inside to give it a neat look. We've finished both sides of the hands. Great job so far. I'll see you in part 2, where we'll continue with the next steps together.